Hi everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show. This is Scott here. We are doing the the Raw recap show. SmackDown is tomorrow. I'm tired. It's been quite a long day today. So we're just doing the Raw recap show. We're going to do it really quick. Just kind of get it out there, talk about what's going on with Raw. Their next pay-per-view is Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Target Center. And we'll see tomorrow if I get myself a ticket for that. Now, it does start out with the entire roster standing on the stage saying that they stand with Las Vegas, including Vince McMahon, including the Big Boss. I did not actually get to see this. I would actually like to see this part, as I'm just a big fan of Vince. So I would like to see the whole "We Stand with Las Vegas" thing. Our thoughts and prayers from the Scott Show still go out to the families of people who passed away in Las Vegas, and thoughts and prayers and everything else go out to all the victims and their families all together. So they are in the Pepsi Center in Denver. It's not Michael Cole because he's gone for his son's wedding. So it's Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, and Booker T. They are the announce team. The first match out of the gate is Braun Strowman against Seth Rollins. I was actually kind of surprised this went first, but not surprised because it just made sense that you bring out your big match first before Monday Night Football starts. And Braun Strowman, he's a beast. He's just huge, and he just beat up Seth Rollins. And they actually had a very, very good match, but Braun wins the match with a running power slam and a pin. They're still letting Braun look huge and look strong here, and we'll just see what happens with that. I know that he did lose to Brock once already, but that's not to say that he wouldn't have a rematch coming up sometime soon. And I would love to see Braun win the Royal Rumble. I think the crowd would too. That would be an easy way to pop the crowd. So Braun leaves the ring, and then Ambrose comes out, and he fights Braun Strowman a little bit. And then Sheamus and Cesaro come out, and Cesaro hits Ambrose with the neutralizer, and Rollins gets a brogue kick, and the bar is standing tall. Quite interesting that they did it that way. So we'll see what happens with that. They did get a Mickie James and Alexa Bliss conversation. And they're going to have some women's matches go on later. But they're calling Mickie James old, and it's kind of getting old that they're pushing her like that. And so it's kind of depressing in a way. So, oh well. Elias and Titus O'Neil. Titus Worldwide needs to do something and go somewhere. I would love to see them grow. You know, it used to be where there were 4-man teams like the DOA and the Nation and all these other teams. There were 4-man teams. I would love to see that happen again. Maybe even have 5, like we'll talk about later on in the show. But I would love to see Titus O'Neil actually have some sort of stuff like that. However, he gets jobbed out today to Elias, hitting the drift away on Titus for the win. I really want to see where they're going with Elias because I don't know how over he's going to be as far as getting a title. And the closest one, of course, is the Intercontinental Championship, which is right now held by The Miz. But we do have a match tonight, which will be Roman Reigns and The Miz fighting one-on-one for the title. That comes up in just a little bit. Now Mickie James comes out. We do have a Nia Jax versus Mickie James match. And Mickie wins this match by disqualification. Nia just powerhouse all day long. But Alexa Bliss runs in and attacks Mickie James. And so then Nia Jax gets disqualified. And Alexa Bliss... Yeah. that's going to be a really hard thing to deal with Alexa Bliss being in the way of that. But it does set up Mickie James getting her title shot at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs against Alexa Bliss, and that's going to be a really interesting match, and see what happens in the women's division. I was kind of surprised that their big women's division match would be for the title Alexa Bliss against Mickie James. But apparently when you beat all the other girls in the Fatal 5-Way last time, you just kind of get this time. So it makes sense. The next match was Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Now, I'm just going to make this assumption, and I know Jeff Hardy is hurt, so he's out of commission for a while. Jason Jordan has to be somewhere on the show, so why not put him in this tag team match against one of the best tag teams in the entire known universe right now, since the Revival are hurt, and put him with Matt Hardy. And I don't like the Matt Hardy character. I never really liked Matt Hardy in the WWE. I thought his stuff in TNA was different, and the fact that he can use the delete chance, but he's not the broken Matt Hardy, he's not speaking in that English accent, it just kind of kills me, and I just hope to God that they offered them a lot of money to move on. And job out to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson as they won the match. Jason Jordan taking his, third, fourth loss of the time he had matches against Roman Reigns. John Cena lost them both. So Jason Jordan taking some losses there, but Gallows and Anderson getting a well-needed win. Dana Warrior comes out and does this thing with people who are survivors of breast cancer. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And gives them pink women's titles. And I thought they were actually really cool. So I like the pink belts. The Intercontinental Championship match, Roman Reigns and The Miz. Lots of interference. I don't know why they had so much interference in this match and didn't let the two guys wrestle. But, they probably wrestled on commercial for the crowd. The Miz is very cautious anyway when he's out there. And that's just how he wrestles. The winner by DQ was Roman Reigns. Our own Sheamus came out and beat up Roman Reigns. And then they do the Shield fist bump, and then they do the Shield power bomb. So I thought that was quite interesting. Finn Balor comes out next and talks about Bray Wyatt, what's going on. And, it's... I'm just not that interested in this whole thing. I'm just not. I'm not interested in Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. And then it says that Sister Abigail is alive. She wants to meet Finn Balor. And I don't know where they're going with that, but it's kind of just dull. I mean, I don't know where they can go making this any more important, making it any bigger than the other two matches that were both won by the same person. So the next match that we have is Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Emma and Alicia Fox. I think this was just a way to get the girls on TV, so I was kind of disappointed in that. It was a much longer match than I thought it was going to be, but Bayley and Sasha Banks end up winning the match. So Fox gets the Bayley to belly, and so there you go. And Emma kind of walked away from Alicia Fox, so it just is what it is. Now, Enzo Amore came out for the finale, and I was kind of weirded out a little bit that Enzo Amore was out for yet another finale on this. But he ended up making fun of everybody. He talked trash about every single one of the cruiserweights, except I was surprised to Tozawa. He did not say. He goes, "Well, I like you," or something. You said something on Twitter to me, and whatever works. Then Angle confirms that he signed a new cruiserweight, and it's Callisto, and he comes out to the crowd, kind of being, okay, well, at least we get to see Enzo get the crap beat out of him. That's good. And Enzo does get the crap beat out of him. Callisto celebrates, and that's probably going to be your match for the next pay-per-view, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Enzo Amore and Callisto. Now, it would be interesting to see Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match for the Cruiserweights, but we're probably not going to get that. And then the final scene, you get to see Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins stand next to each other. There's no shield sign, there's no nothing, but it looks like there's going to be something happening there, and they will set that up for Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. So, folks, that is my Raw recap show. Do check out the Scott Show Wake Up Call tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about, including whether or not Tom Petty is actually deceased. Just mind-blowing everything that happened there today. And if that does change or whatever, I'm going to keep the post up for the night. And if he is still alive and with us tomorrow, I will delete that post and make a new one based on the fact that he's not dead. So we'll just see what happens tomorrow. But it is 10:34 at night. I am super tired. So, folks, I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow morning for the Scott Show wake-up call here at 102550.net/The Scott Show. Or you can check us out at tinyurl.com/102550. You guys have a great night.